Okay, guys, here's a question that asks you to convert a frequency, or excuse me, a wavelength to a frequency. For me, this is a formulaic question. We do have a formula that relates wavelength and frequency. So instead of doing a three-step organization of my thoughts in this problem in order to come up with a conceptual plan, I'm just going to use the formula. So in this case, we have a formula for frequency, and this is usually how you would see this as well. We would say the frequency nu equals c over lambda, the speed of light, over the wavelength. So in this case, it's very straightforward. All we need to do is take the speed of light, which is 3.00 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. Some instructors might have you memorize that. Some instructors may not. But in other words, what I like to say is, if you haven't done enough practice problems to memorize this particular constant, then you haven't done enough practice problems. Dividing that by the wavelength is given to you as 1 meter. The wavelength needs to be in meters, even though usually wavelength is given to you in nanometers. That's not the case in this particular problem. It's given to you in meters, so you want to go ahead, we can just use it directly. So it's real straightforward, right? 3.00 times 10 to the 8th meters per second divided by 1, and we get 3.00 times 10 to the 8th per seconds. Now, per seconds is a hertz. So those are the same unit. So I'm going to go ahead and write it down like this. The answer being 3.00 times 10 to the 8th hertz. And that's the final answer. This one's extremely straightforward.